Welcome back, you guys, to Scary Hard. My name is Zach, and today I'm giving you 5 tips on how to become better at aiming in any first-person shooter. You're probably thinking, yeah, okay, sure, buddy. This is going to help me in every first-person shooter. There's different guns, there's different ways to move, there's different characters, different hitboxes. The reason why these 5 tips are going to help you out is because these are the fundamental principles of first-person shooters in general. I'm giving a little caveat here. If you're already a pro at first-person shooters, this is probably not going to help you out, but go ahead and stay because this is to help out your fundamentals, and it's always good to catch up on the fundamentals. First rule is slow the fuck down. And what I mean by that is if you see people, like let's say professional gamers like Shroud streaming, and you see them doing these crazy flick shots and they're hitting things and they're moving around, just like lightning fast and things like that, don't worry about that. That's not how you play the game. Now, for them, they have gotten enough practice to understand and be truly confident in their abilities. What you need to do when you're first starting off, like just playing any first-person shooter in general, is you want to go slow. You want to aim slow. You want to be methodical. You want to shoot right here. For example, I aim, like let's say, for example, I'm turned around. And I want to go ahead and aim at the person behind me. Instead of just being like, instant flick. What you want to do, take your time, aim over here. So I kind of did that a little too fast, actually. Take your time, aim over here, shoot him. Let's say there's someone over there, and I have to redirect my aim, right? Instead of trying to flick, see, I can't even do that. You see, it's too fast for me. So from here, move slowly, like a paintbrush stroke, you know what I mean? Don't try to go overly fast. If you can't do it slow, you can't do it fast. So what you want to do is you want to aim, shoot, move to the next target, shoot them, move to the next target, and eventually you'll pick up speed just by practicing that way. But you always want to learn how to aim perfectly. The most reasonable, slow and steady wins the race, you guys. Eventually you can pick up speed and you can hit everything you want. You can go boom, 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 things like that. You can go headshot here, headshot. Things like that. You'll eventually get used to it. You'll pick up your speed with perfect practice. Now, I see a lot of newbie players do this in the start of games. When they first pick up a first-person shooter, it could be anything. We're just using Apex as an example here. They'll aim at the ground. For some reason, they decide to look at their feet like they're a 1-year-old trying to learn how to walk. Don't do that. What you want to do is if you think someone's going to be ahead of you, aim your reticle up around where you think someone's going to be. So let's say for example, I'll be all around here. All right, I'm going to go around this bend. If I think, or perhaps I don't even think, I just want to be precautious, and if there's someone to the left of me. If I'm running with my head down, and I finally see somebody, right? That was my reaction time right there. It's pretty bad. But if I see somebody right there, look at my reticle right now. It's on the floor right here, and I have to move all the way up here before I even can, shoot the guy. And by that time, if he was already looking at me, he's shooting at me, and I have to go and readjust from, like 10 feet away. Boom, boom. It's a huge distance away. So what you want to do is, if you're being precautious and you think someone's going to be behind this corner, or you're just being precautious, aim. You see how my reticle is? It's about shoulder height with somebody. Shoulder, maybe head height, right? As I'm going around this corner, I might even aim. Oh, there that guy is. And I saw him as my reticle is right here. This distance right here is a lot less than this distance. So you want good reticle placement. If you're down here and you think someone's below you, let's just say this guy right here. We'll go over here. If you think someone's below you, let's say you're on this cliff right here, and there's someone downstairs. Instead of having your reticle forwards, and then looking over the edge, then seeing the guy, and then aiming downwards at him, what you want to do is, as you're approaching the ledge, you aim right where you think the guy's going to be. Oh, you see? I saw him as my reticle is right here. Boom. That distance is way better than this distance. And that will make you feel like a quicker player. People are going to think that you're quicker and you're more skilled just because you have good reticle placement. Think smarter or play smarter, not harder. Tip number 3, aim shoulder height. And the reason is, if there's a game, if it's a first-person shooter where there is kick to your weapon, so for example, I am not going to try to balance this kick out. If I'm just shooting full blast, do you see how it starts moving up? Well, if you aim at someone's head, let's say, we'll go this far away, right? I'm aiming directly at his head. I'm going to get a headshot the first couple shots. But see, I have to start aiming back down because the gun is going to force me upwards. So the best way to go when you're playing a first-person shooter, especially with guns with kick, I know Overwatch is a little different. Overwatch, it's hit-scan weapons, and the guns have no kick, so it's a lot different. But for most games, I'm going to aim shoulder height, right here, and then as you're shooting at him, it will jump up into the person's face for you. So it'll be very easy to actually hit them. So shoulder height, most of the bullets went towards his head. And the reason is that it actually kicked up into his head for me. I had no control over that. It did it for me. And it's just an easier way to get extra damage off and get headshots without having to be some sort of magical god at the game. You know, being able to just, flicking hitting headshots and things like that. Aim at the shoulders. See, boom. Most of the bullets got headshots. Simple tricks, you know, play smarter, not harder. What I tend to see with new players is that if, let's say, for example, they miss a couple shots, right, and the guy's shooting at them, they'll spaz. They'll spaz out and just, you know, they'll just start shooting in that general direction. I don't know what they do. They start spazzing out. And I think it's a lack of confidence. I think that their confidence isn't there yet, so when they start getting into gunfights and they feel as though they're not going to win, they just try to throw as many bullets down range as possible, hoping something will stick. And that's not how you play a game. What you want to do is you want to zen. You want to go zen. Ooh, USA. And what you want to do is you want to take a deep breath. Be confident yourself that you're going to hit the shots and don't spaz out. See, I missed a couple shots there. Not a big deal. Just readjust, aim, and start firing. I know it's harder when people are moving around and you have the pressure on, but that's what you're going to have to do. And the more you're calm, especially, for example, I know people who start getting real nervous at the end ring in Apex. They just get nervous, like their hands start sweating. You know, I was about to reference Eminem there, but you know the joke. I'm not going to be that unoriginal. So instead of spazzing, chill out, be precise, be methodical, don't go crazy. Confidence is the key. Actually, confidence is the key to life in general. If you want to get a girl, be confident. You know, the confidence is what they like. Same thing with Apex and gunplay. Confidence. Did I just refer to women as being able to aim in Apex? My God. Jesus, my life. 5th tip. Look where you're shooting. And you're probably thinking, what the hell, dude? Of course. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I not be looking where I'm shooting? Well, let me go ahead. I can't speak today. Let me go ahead and explain. I got in a bad habit about a year ago when I first was really getting into the first-person shooter genre. I know I played a lot of Overwatch, which is not as intense in aiming as, per se, Apex Legends. So what would happen is, as I'm aiming, I'd get less confident in my shots. So this kind of is going to have to revert back to the number 4 rule, is confidence. So when you're not confident, or let's say you're practicing with a new weapon, right? If you're practicing with a new weapon, you're not going to be as confident as your go-to bread and butter weapon. So what's going to happen is when you're trying to aim, instead of aiming at the person, what you're doing is you're actually focusing with your eyes on the reticle. And what you're doing is you're looking for when the reticle actually lands on top of the enemy. And that's a no-no. That's actually a very bad habit to get into. What you want to do is always focus with your eyes on what you're going to hit. Never look at the reticle. Pretend the reticle doesn't even exist. Pretend like it's not even there. Just look, for example, watch. If I'm moving my gun like this, right? If I'm looking at the reticle, my eyes don't move, right? If I'm looking at the person, hopefully you can see my eyes move. You see my eyes moving towards that guy? You want to keep your eyes locked and glued to the person that you're trying to shoot. Especially, you lock even more precise. Lock towards his head or his neck, right? Shoulder, neck length. Look around there. And from there, use your muscle memory to have the reticle hit them. But don't ever look at the reticle. Look where you're trying to hit. Be confident in where your muscle memory is going to take your reticle. Aim and fire. Boom, boom, boom. Easy peasy done. Boom. Damn, son. But I hope these tips helped you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. That would really help me out. If you enjoyed this tip video, click the little bell because I'll be producing more videos soon. Also, if any of these tips helped, please go ahead and leave a like. That would really help me out. But thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya!